Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our interview series with Project Search Alumni. Today, we are very excited to talk to Nate and his parents, who are out of Wisconsin, happens to be a neighbor of mine. My name is Naveh Eldar. I'm the CEO of ARC Minnesota. And as I say in every interview, just a huge fan and supporter of the ARC. So I'm of the ARC, of course. I work for the ARC of Project Search. So I'm super happy to be here. So I'm going to jump right in with questions. And Nate, I just want you to tell me a little bit about yourself and why you even looked at Project Search.
Um, like he looks forward to Project Search so much. They just wanted a job in the hospital.
Uh-huh. And tell me a little bit about you and your family. I see your parents here.
Like
Do you have siblings, you have brothers and sisters, pets?
they,
Talk about Matt.
they my brothers in college right now.
Hmm.
They currently do swimming, biking, and horseback riding.
That's what Nate enjoys doing.
Yeah.
Swimming, biking, and horseback riding. Wow, that's a nice list. How
Yeah.
long I'm sorry, we're going to get to Project Search. How long have you been riding horses?
Been riding horses for more than 22 years. 20,
Really 10.
probably 10 years.
10 years? Okay. That's
You're,
amazing. I've
yeah,
been on a horse once and I was fairly uncomfortable. It can be a little scary, so I'm very impressed that you enjoy it. Nice.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Nate has no fear of horses.
No fear
No
of
fear of
them.
He
horses.
likes to go
Nice.
fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
How often do you ride?
It's right every Monday.
Oh wow. Okay. Regularly.
Hmm.
Very nice. I love it. Okay, so let's get back to Project Search. So you were in high school when you
Mm,
started Project Search? And
Currently,
how did you learn about it even?
just kind of learned my way around the hospital and Project Search last year.
What did you
Last
learn
year?
about Project Search?
Was
There's
learning
through high school.
learning kind of how to interview other
Hmm.
people for
Yeah.
Project Search.
Yeah,
Uh,
his school. There was another local school that was doing it at a local hospital, and then two or three other schools that were kind of close to each other learned about the program, and so Nate was either the first or second class out of the school he was attending
nice.
at another regional hospital. So that's
Right.
yeah. So that's how we learned about it. I'd been following it through newspaper articles and things about it, and
Okay.
but we lucked into his school, learning about it as well and starting up in the program.
Very nice. And Nate, when you started Project Search, like what was your goal? Did you have a goal to like graduate and get a job?
Goes to graduate and get a job as a pharmacy technician.
Okay. And so the hospital was a perfect fit for you, huh? Since that was your
Yes,
interest. And so
really
what did
was.
you do at the hospital? What were your rotations and what were your job duties?
Patients was pharmacy
Hmm.
lab and CSPA stands for cardiovascular special procedures area.
Uh-huh. And so that was one of your rotations,
That
right?
was
Did you
all
work?
three.
All three of
Oh, you
them.
did all three there because you
Yeah.
had such
Yeah.
a strong interest in it?
I think the pharmacy stood out as the most in my
Yeah.
Yeah.
internship.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is really cool.
I think they had 11 rotations to choose from or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they
Uh-huh.
kind of worked with the kids and taught them, or the adults of that age, all of the different options and what might be the best fit for them. And then
Right.
they kind of came to an agreement about the three rotations they wanted to do. So
Okay. And so all three rotations were within the pharmacy, but it was three different
uh,
rotations. I'm trying to understand.
there was,
Three different ones.
yeah,
Okay.
pharmacy, a lab, and
Okay.
then C-SPA, which was what
And
again?
cardiovascular special procedures area.
Mhm.
Got you. Okay. I'm tracking now. Okay. Awesome. And I have to ask, like, how did you feel on your first day? Were you nervous? Were you excited?
Was excited.
Yeah. How many other students were in your class?
There were actually about 7 students.
Okay. And what was what was one part of it that was nervous for you? What were you nervous about? Interviewing or meeting new people?
It was kind of meeting new people, kind of made me a little bit nervous.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get comfortable?
Took me kind of a couple of weeks to get myself comfortable.
Yeah. And I always have to ask, how did you get to the hospital and back home?
Their transportation.
Transportation was a Kimberly High School van that brought
Okay.
me to and from Project Search.
Mhm.
Okay. Awesome. Um, what is a skill that you learned during your internship?
Kind of learned to punch in and out of my department on time. It's improved less than a year later.
Okay. Punching in and out, being responsible. Are you always on time?
Yes,
All right.
Yes,
Um,
thankfully.
and you said that you like the pharmacy, huh? That's the type of work you like?
yes, like the pharmacy.
And so what is it about the pharmacy that you like?
You would like some getting the pop-ons ready for to talk to the nurses who needed them for patients most.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. What else do you
Okay.
like?
And like delivering items and talk to the nurses across the hospital.
Okay. And how many hours do you work a week?
This kind of
22.
work 22 hours a week.
22. Okay. And how long ago did you graduate?
Kind of graduated from Project Search last year,
Yeah,
Okay.
last May.
last May.
Okay. And so are you still enjoying the work a lot?
Yes, I'm still enjoying it.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask a question to mom and dad if that's okay. I'm curious to like what kind of growth did you see in Nate during the process?
Uh, he's really grown in how much pride he takes in his work.
Hmm.
Often in schoolwork, he was kind of doing things to complete a task and
Hmm.
to get it done. And he's really learned to take pride in not only getting it done, but getting it done well.
Hmm.
The pop-ons that he talked about, this is something that it's an IV bag that gets, or a small IV bag that gets popped onto another IV bag. So it gets used all over the hospital and on the floors and in surgical areas and ER units, and they use a high volume of them every day. And his
Right.
job is to write kind of expiration dates
Hmm.
on those pop-ons. Fine motor tasks have often been difficult for him, so he's been really taking care to write very legibly on them so that the nurses are able to see the proper expiration dates.
Right.
And he really takes a lot of pride in he works Monday to Thursday, and on Thursdays, he does an extra volume of pop-ons to make sure that they have a good enough to get them through the procedures and the patients that they take care of on the weekend. And it gives him a great source of pride to know that he is doing that part to take care of the patients in the hospital.
And 80 of them, I do it
80 pop-ons?
Monday and Thursday.
And how
Nice.
many? 80 every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then so I have two kids. Their birthdays are right now. My son's birthday was last week. He turned 25. My daughter turns 23 next week. They're both November babies. And so they also went through internship programs. And so I'm asking as like as a parent who's like kind of been through that process as well. Um, was there were you nervous about it at all? Like, watching your child grow up and do new things can be nerve-wracking a little bit. So,
Um,
yeah.
It is certainly nerve-wracking at first, but we've been very grateful. He works in a wonderful department. Like they
Mhm.
sought him out and asked for him to apply after he completed Project Search, because he was
Nice.
able to do such a nice job of just being a source of joy to be around. His coworkers really really have rallied around and enjoy having him as a part of their department.
Right.
And so it's, given us great satisfaction to watch him become a part of a unit. I mean, that's, and, part of the community. That was our strongest wish for him, is that
Sure.
after he completed schooling, that he would be able to, find his place in the world, and that, people that want to be around him and respect him and see value in the work that he's doing. And we're getting wonderful reports from, his job coaches and from his supervisor and coworkers. And, I've just been really, really proud of the work he's
Yes.
been able to do there.
And for the year prior to him doing Project Search through the high school, what was that year called? You were in the apartment?
It was kind of the pharmacy.
No.
The transition learning.
For the
center.
TLC.
Yeah, so they had an offsite apartment where a small group of students who had graduated the academic side of high school.
TLC.
So it was a lot of life skills, cooking, cleaning, going out in the community, volunteering. So
Yeah.
they really prepared him a lot, knowing that Project Search was coming up.
Nice.
So he was ready. But yeah, we had no idea what to expect. So we're excited with the whole program.
Awesome. All right, Nate, tough question. What was hard for you when you were doing the internship? Like, what were there any tasks or just anything you had to do that was
too hard.
difficult?
It was kind of trying to find other tasks is the hard part. It was hard at first in the beginning, but it got easy once I was in my new job.
Yeah, when you would run out of tasks,
Yeah.
then he had to learn to ask for more for help or for more tasks. That took some practice.
Some practice for a couple months.
That self-advocacy of like, hey, I need more work, or did you ever have problems asking for help if you needed it? Like if you forgot where something went or how to do something?
Yeah, it kind of confused me at first because it was probably my first year in the pharmacy.
Right.
Yeah, like any job. I mean, even when I came here, like, I'm in my 50s and I started a new job, and there's things I don't know, there's things I don't know where they go, who to talk to, and sometimes it can be hard to ask for help. So I know it can be something that's challenging. So you got better at that, right? So how did you get better? How did you get better at that? Did you have a job coach that was helping you, or your parents talked to you?
I had a job coach helping me last year.
And even during Project
Search.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
Did you have goals?
Yeah, my goal was to make myself get better at my job.
Yeah, he had certain goals that he had to achieve so many times out of 5 that he would, appropriately do these tasks or ask for help. So that was something they worked on very closely.
So you're at work, gaining confidence, doing new things, meeting new people. Did that translate to home at all? Like, did you start helping your parents more at home, taking care of the pets, doing dishes?
He's gotten much. So as we've seen that he is, that he should be doing more and is able to contribute. So we've kind of set up tasks, like he does his own, laundry, he makes his own lunch in the morning. And as that's gotten more and more of a routine, he's very self-sufficient with it. For him, he just has decided that Tuesday is laundry day. When I get home from work, his laundry is in the washing machine, ready to go. Once he has a structure and a pattern down, he is able to be very, very independent and follow, and following it. He's does well at, meeting his ride on time. At his ride will drop him off at kind of varying times, and so knowing if he's dropped off at the hospital early to wait for a while before he punches in, and he does a nice job kind of setting timers for himself as reminders to kind of as a backup system to keep him on time on those things. So he's found that using strategies like timers during the day for certain tasks helps keep him on schedule, and it works well for him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it worked well.
Nice. So now that you're working and you have an income, right? What do you do with your money, and are you careful with it?
I'm not
do you
very
save?
careful with my
Like, do you
money.
save money or do you just spend it?
I save
He
money.
does save a lot of
Yeah.
money. What do you spend money on?
It's kind of for vacations too.
He loves to save up for our vacations. Yeah, we always try and do 1 or 2 fun family vacations a year, so he saves it up for that. Buy some
Nice.
souvenirs and do
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Yeah,
What's your favorite type of vacation?
kind of like the Pacific Northwest.
Mhm.
All right. I love it. Um, what advice would you give to young students who are thinking about going into Project Search?
I'm thinking of saving lots of money when they're on their job, but
Project Search, how about?
then making sure that they punch in on time when they're at their department.
Yeah. Would you
Yeah,
recommend
sure.
that children do that?
Would recommend that people would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think it's a good thing for students? You think more students should do Project Search?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think more students should.
And what advice would you give as parents to parents whose students are starting Project Search?
The advice I would give is for, to continue to be an advocate for, for your student. We were very fortunate that, that he found a job, at the hospital where his Project Search, was based. We know that that's not only, that's not necessarily the goal is to get all of the students working, working there. But
Oh,
he was,
probably.
but his manager, was really an advocate for him, and at his graduation ceremony came to Chad and I and encouraged us to have him apply to the hospital as a as a pharmacy tech. And I don't think without them seeing kind of his work ethic and how well he got along with his coworkers, that would have been an avenue before. So I think just having Project Search based in the hospital has opened the eyes to some of the departments up to, a set of coworkers that they might, or a set of workers that they might not have even considered, considered hiring before. So we're hopeful that they'll keep hiring more, more students. But for the parents out there is to just continue to advocate, for your student. You kind of never know where the opportunity for them is going to, come.
Yeah, and definitely, I mean, definitely look into it. I know they don't accept every student, but in Nate's group, they had people with autism, Down syndrome. There was one who was blind who was going through the program. So there's just a lot of different options available that are out there. If you don't look into it and try, that door might not open. So
What were your goals for work before you even learned about Project Search? Did you think about it much? Did you
what kind of work did you do?
Thinking about volunteering at multiple different places in TLC before coming in for Project Search.
I think you thought that you might work at a grocery store doing kind of stocking jobs or things like that before you went to Project Search.
Yeah, he did a very short internship at a local grocery store that he really enjoyed.
The festival
foods, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we were leaning toward at the time. Wouldn't have even thought about hospital position, probably. I'm more on the retail side. So this is way more responsibility and importance, and yeah, this is beyond our wildest dreams. Like we are pinching ourselves constantly about how lucky we are that we had this program.
Yeah. So one of the
Yeah.
reasons I'm a big fan of Project Search is because I use the word aspirational a lot just in my work. Is because it's aspirational. It's like, like you said, you didn't, those are just all jobs are great. I really truly believe that. But sometimes we're not looking at like all the options, right?
Right.
And so it's wonderful that you got exposed, Nate, to different jobs at a hospital or if they're at a bank or wherever Project Search may be, the different options besides the ones we normally think of. I'm on a soapbox a little bit, so I apologize. Um, what's your Now, obviously, Project Search is still in contact with you because they contacted you for this interview, right? And so, how is your
Yeah.
connection, or what happens after you graduate Project Search with the Project Search team?
I think I actually found your alumni group. I'm not, maybe it was on social media or something. I came across it, and Nate had a great video made of him by his employer, ThedaCare. Their marketing
Hmm.
department wanted to, market their Project Search program and how
Hmm.
they were involved in that. And so they did a really awesome video on Nate. So when that was done and we got such good feedback on it, I sent that on to your organization and
Hmm.
thought, this could be useful as well. So and yeah, I'd like to just see what others are doing around the country as well, just from as people are growing in their positions in their lives, how Project Search has had that foundation for them.
That's right. That's right. So we're at a point where I start asking a few fun questions. I asked one, which is like, what do you like to do with your money? But and we learned a little bit about some of the things you like to do in your free time, riding horses, swimming, and biking. Did I get them?
Yep.
Did I
Yeah.
remember them?
And
Look at
hiking.
me.
Hiking.
And hiking. And are you social much? Do you go out with I heard of the pre-project search, there were like some social activities
So,
and that you did through school, but now do you get to go out much with friends or do you do any sports, team sports or anything like that?
Special Olympics.
He's
Oh,
on the
okay.
swim team for Special Olympics that he really enjoys.
Yeah. Special Olympics swimming.
Okay. What do
Yeah.
you swim?
It's kind of swim fun in Foxborough because it was kind of freestyle.
Yep.
Freestyle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Backstroke.
Yeah.
And what distance do you, my daughter was a swimmer. What distance do you swim?
It's 50 meters.
50 meters.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
done
Nice.
it. Yeah, hopefully we can keep bumping that up year over year.
Yeah. The Special Olympics national games are here in Minnesota next year. So
Cool.
yeah, so you're not right next door, so maybe you'll pop over, compete or just visit it.
A lot of Nate's social life right now is at work. I mean, he's not doesn't have a big friends group
Yeah.
outside of peers,
Uh-huh.
but he's always gravitated toward adults a lot more than his peer group age-wise,
Yep.
just because they're predictable, and they understand him much better.
Yeah.
So I think he's made a lot of close, almost friendships, I'd say, at work, where they
Yeah.
really include him and he gets that connection. So when he comes home, it's more about kind of decompressing probably on the nights and weekends. So we try and get out in the community and be really active. We always have.
Yeah.
But as far as socially outside of work, yeah, he likes to keep it calm and pretty quiet.
Yeah. I like the word decompressing. What do you do to decompress? What do you do to relax?
YouTube.
Yeah, he likes to
What do you like to
likes
watch on
learn.
YouTube?
I used to see the weather on YouTube.
Yeah,
What do you like to
natural
watch on YouTube?
disasters.
Oh, natural.
Oh, lots of
Okay.
things. Titanic, natural disasters. What else do you learn about? Trains,
Train.
high-speed trains.
Yeah.
I have a lot of very varied interests.
We've been learning
Nice.
the last 2 weeks a lot about the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Wow.
When he learns something, it's locked in there. He is an encyclopedia of knowledge about
Yeah.
what he is interested in.
Okay.
Years.
Now you talked about your brother and he's in college. Is he older or younger?
Younger.
Yep, he's a junior.
Younger. He's a junior. Are you guys, are you close? Do you do anything together?
Yeah, I'm a little closer, but closer age.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, they were very tight when they were younger, as they kind of had different interests growing up.
Sure.
But yeah, they definitely hang out.
He'll text Matt during the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fun fact about tornadoes and
Yeah.
funny memes. Nate likes to do funny memes too to make people laugh.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun from a distance. He's about
Yeah.
an hour and a half away from us, so
Yeah.
Oh, fun. So this is a question for all three of you. If you were to describe Project Search in one word, what would that one word be?
boy,
Move on.
what do you think, Nate? How would you describe Project Search in one
I
word?
think it was pretty good.
It was good, right?
Good.
Like a springboard.
Yeah, there you go.
Springboard, nice.
Yeah, I would say just I don't want to say a surprise, but just what it turned into. Like it was he learned a ton of great skills, but then when we were at his graduation ceremony for Project Search, and
Mhm.
his other previous managers throughout that process had been at that too, and that's when we first learned that he should apply for a job. So so that was a really exciting day. Like he's graduating
Yeah.
with Project Search, and we're being told that he should apply for this job because they were so excited to have him. So yeah, it felt like I don't want to say a miracle, but pretty close.
Yeah.
Because we were at that cliff. We're like, okay, what's the next step?
Yeah, absolutely. Like the
And it was just presented to
transition
us.
age is really
Yeah.
hard.
Bridge
Right.
to
Yeah. Mhm.
Nice. Katie, were you about to say something? It looked like you were about to.
No, I was just agreeing with Chad. I mean, we
Mm.
went from really being in this anxious state of kind of planning, what next steps and, how do we start a job search and what areas should we be looking at to, this ideal position for him that just fell in our lap. Like he graduated in June and started working in August of the same year, and
Mhm.
and just the progression over that first year of work, from having a job coach with him most of the day to kind of pulling that back to just the times when he needed them for more complex tasks and becoming more and more independent on his own at work, and hearing the just very complimentary reports from his supervisors and coworkers. I mean, it was the last year has been such a joy.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's amazing. Last question. I thought that was going to be the last question, but then I thought of another one. What do you want to do next? Or are you just super happy where you are right now? And
Just
you're worried
happy
about
where I am right now.
Yeah, maybe keep learning new tasks.
New tasks each year.
Yeah, he gets faster and faster at the ones he's doing, so then they can add in some new ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Well,
he might be there for a while.
Nice.
We hope.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, there's like people who are starting to graduate to retire from jobs that they've
Oh,
had,
yeah.
like, so yeah, you could be there. If you find a job that you love, it's such a blessing.
This could be here for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to thank all three of you, and wish you the best of luck. Good luck in your swimming. Be safe on the horse. Look at me. I'm worrying about, no, you're a pro, it sounds like. And just, I'm really, really glad that you found a job that's like a home for you. So
Found it.
thanks for sharing your time with us.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you for the opportunity. We appreciate it.